All common students are welcome to today's accountancy class. For a long time, then there was a breakage of class, so now I am continuing. Today I would like to discuss plus 2 accountancy 2023 model Viva practical questions. For Viva Voce examination, there will be 4 marks, project file 4 marks, written test 12 marks. See, Viva questions mostly asking about the fundamentals of accounting that you have studied in +1 class. See students, meaning of account, different types of account, transactions, then trading profit and loss account, balance sheet and trial balance, double entry bookkeeping, double entry system of accounting, subsidiary books, meaning of trading account, meaning of profit and loss account and balance sheet. Like this, basic or fundamental questions will be asked in Viva Voce. See, now we will discuss in detail what is the meaning of accounting. Dear students, what do you mean by accounting? Accounting is a record of business transactions, that is, buying and selling activities. Recording of buying and selling activities is called accounting. For example, purchased goods for the business, sold goods for cash, started business with cash rupees 1 lakh, paid salary, received commission, paid rent, received rent. These are the transactions related to buying and selling activities. Only these transactions are recording in the accounting books according to the rule of account. Next, what do you mean by journal? Journal is the original, or it is the system of recording first transaction, basic things, that is called a journal. What is ledger account? Ledger is the secondary record of business transactions. After journal, second step is to be recorded a ledger account. Through ledger account, we will create different accounts, then posting journal entries to different accounts. That is called a ledger. Third step is trial balance. Trial balance is the list of all the ledger account balances. See, trial balance having format a particular amount, that is debit, credit. In trial balance, capital, creditors, purchase return, sales, like these items will be showing on credit side. Other items like opening stock, purchase, sales return, assets, expense, loss items will show on the debit side. See, trial balance means it is the list of listing the accounts, ledger accounts, or then finding out the debit and credit balance, whether it is equal or not. Next, after preparing trial balance, we will prepare trading account. Trading account is the statement prepared to find out gross profit or gross loss. How to get a gross profit? If the credit side is more than the debit side, the difference is called gross profit. On the other hand, if the debit side is more than credit side, it is a case of a gross loss. Next, profit and loss account. Profit and loss account is the account which is prepared to find out net profit or net loss. All the indirect expense and loss will be debited in profit and loss account, and all the incomes or gains will be credited in profit and loss account. We will get a result either net profit or net loss. If credit side is more than the debit side, it is a case of net profit. On the other hand, if the debit side is more than the credit side, it is a case of net loss. Afterwards, balance sheet. Balance sheet, it is the financial statement. It shows the correct or true financial position of the business in terms of assets and liabilities. The left side of balance sheet will show liabilities. The right side of balance sheet will show assets. Okay, students. So, journal. Now we discussed the terms journal, ledger, trial balance, then trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. Next, what are the rules for debit and credit? That is, there are three types of accounts: real account, personal account, and nominal account. Real account is related to the assets of the business. Personal account is related to persons or companies. Nominal account is related to total expense, incomes or loss of the business. See, what are the rules for debit and credit? Real account: debit what comes in and credit what goes out. Debit what comes in means whatever the benefit we receive through one transaction, that is our benefit. For example, when we purchase a new model bike, we will get a benefit in the form of bike. At the same time, we have to spend money for the bike. So that is called cash. So journal entry: machinery account up to cash. Here benefit is machinery or bike. Next, personal account. It is related to persons or companies that I already explained. Then personal account example: paid cash to Anil. Anil to cash, journal entry. Because we paid money to Anil, so that much cash reduced from our business, so it should be credited. When cash decreases, cash should be given credit. When cash increases, it should be given debit. So journal entry: Anil's capital account up to cash. Similarly, cash received from Anil, that will write cash account up to Anil. Okay. So this is the case of personal account. It means we will pay money to persons, we will receive money from persons. Like that, cases are called personal account. The nominal account related to incomes, expense, loss. So whatever the expense is there in business, for example, paid salary, paid commission, paid wages, for all these items we should write salary to cash. When we pay rent to cash. When we receive rent, cash to rent. So when there is a loss, we should be debited in the journal entry. So in these cases now, nominal account will be the rule of incomes, expense and loss. So now we discussed about rules for debit and credit. That is, when somebody asks you about or what are the rules of debit and credit, you should say real account, personal account, nominal account. Real account is related to assets of the business. Personal account is related to persons or companies. Then nominal account is related to expense, incomes or loss. That is the ordinary meaning of these three accounts. Dear students, please note. Then rules. Rule means how to prepare account books. That is a real account rule. Debit what comes in and credit what goes out. Whatever the benefit we have in a transaction, that one should be debited, isn't it? Then whatever it is going out because of benefit, it should be credited. Then personal account, debit the receiver and credit the giver. That also like that. Then debit the incomes and expense loss, credit the incomes or debit the loss and expense, credit the incomes or gain, like that way. For example, received rent, cash to rent, paid rent to cash. Okay, then paid salary, paid commission, journal entry, commission to cash, salary to cash, like that. See students, next double entry. Double entry. What do you mean by double entry? We study accountancy, all journal entries and all we study through debit and credit. So that is called a double entry. So each transaction will create one journal entry. One journal entry will create one debit and one credit. Double entry. That is dual aspect. Transactions recording in a debit and credit way. That is called a double entry. Okay, students. Then trial balance over, trading and profit loss account over, everything over. There are three types of questions to be prepared in project file of accountancy 2023 examination for the practical purpose. That is, one is comprehensive problem. Second one is specific problem ratio. Third one is specific problem cash flow. See, what do you mean by comprehensive problem? Comprehensive problem is nothing but it consists of many more chapters related to different levels of adjustments. So when you are in a job after degree or PG, then you will be able to do accounting work independently. That is the practice giving you through the preparation of project file. Then through the preparation of comprehensive problem, we will study transaction, journal entries, ledger account, subsidiary books, trial balance, trading profit and loss account and balance sheet. Different types of difficult adjustments we will study. See, subsidiary books. The books which record almost all credit transactions is called subsidiary books. For example, purchase book. It is the book to record only the credit purchases of the business. Purchase returns book. It is the book to record all returns in credit purchases. That is purchase returns. Sales book. Record of credit to sales. Then sales returns book. It is a record of whatever the sales or goods returned by the customer. All those things we have to record in the sales returns book. Next, bills received book. It is the book to record all the bills received from the customers. Then bills payable book. It is the book to record almost all the bills issued by the business. These are the things. Then specific ratios. Dear students, please like my class. Then you have to subscribe. Today's my likely target is 100. This class is very much useful for you to write practical examination. So if you watch on my class now, it will be very much advantage for you to appear for the board examination. Again, I will give a class. Please wait for that. See, now some things we have to discuss again. See, specific problem ratio. What do you mean by ratio? A ratio is an expression of two mathematical numbers in terms of percentage. For example, gross profit divided by revenue from operation into 100. If gross profit is 1 lakh, revenue from operation will be 10 lakh. 1 lakh by 10 lakh into 100. This is the case of ratio. Relationship between two numbers in terms of percentage. Gross profit ratio is there, current ratio is there, net profit ratio is there, debt equity ratio is there, liquidity ratio is there. Then mostly many important ratios are there. See, that already discussed, study for the board exam. Then cash flow statement. What do you mean by cash flow statement? Cash flow statement is nothing but it is the statement which shows inflows and outflows of business. Inflows means, cash inflows means whatever the cash which receive in the business. It means when we sell our old assets, old books, old any items, when we sell it, we will get a cash. That is a case of inflows. Like that, transactions are called inflows. When we purchase a new asset, new machinery, new plant, new furniture, new vehicle, anything like that, so we have to spend the cash. We have to give cash. Then only we will get such items. So whatever the payments we pay to outsiders in order to buy something, like that transactions are called cash outflows. That is why we use it to say statement which shows inflows and outflows of business is called a cash flow statement. So in a cash flow statement, there is another question will be asking what are the major heads in cash flow statement. Operating activity is there, investing activity is there, then financing activity is there. Operating activity is the activity which is related to the operating or maintenance of business. It includes amount of profit, reserve, goodwill written off, then non-cash expense like discount, commission, etc. Then add increase in current asset, add a decrease in increase in current asset, decrease in current asset, increase in current liability, increase in decrease in current liability, like that items. Increase in current asset, decrease in current asset, increase in current liability, decrease in current liability. These are the adjustments to be made in the case of operating activity as the first major head. Next, investing activity. Investing activity is the activity which shows inflows and outflows of business in case of purchase and sale of new fixed assets. Only in case of purchase and sale of new fixed assets, inflows and outflows will arise. So, if we purchase a machinery, if we purchase a motor vehicle for the business, that is a case of new purchase. So, for that we have to spend money. So, like that spending money, like that payment is called outflow. So, we should be subtracted. All outflows we should be subtracted. Then inflows, we will sell our old furniture, old machinery, old any kind of items. So we will receive cash. That is called inflows. Cash which receive in the business through any way, that is called inflow. Cash which goes outside, payment, making payment, giving money to someone. In case of purchasing the new asset, it is a case of outflow. So outflows we should be deducted and inflows we should be added. Similar is the case of financing activity. In case of financing activity, issue of share, issue of debenture, taking loan from bank. In these cases, we will have cash inflows, and at the same time repayment of debenture money, repayment of share money, repayment of loan with interest. It will be a case of outflows. Outflows we should be deducted or subtracted. Inflows we should be added. Okay, students, after getting three major headings, we will make a total of operating activity, investing activity, financing activity. With these three total, we have to add up our opening cash balance, cash and bank balance. We will get a closing cash and bank balance. So, in case of increasing or decreasing current asset, we cannot include cash and bank balance in cash flow statement along with the operating activity. Because increase in current asset, increase in current liability, decrease in current asset, increase in current asset and decrease in current asset, we should include only along with operating activity, because in case of cash and opening cash and closing cash, or opening bank and closing bank, even though it comes under current asset, it cannot include along with operating activity, because that one we need opening cash and bank, or closing cash and bank, we need to adjust at last in cash flow statement. So anyhow we cannot include cash and bank opening and closing balance along with the operating activity. We have to take it in a last moment. After getting the total of operating, investing and financing activity, we should be added opening cash and bank balance along with this total. Then that total we will get closing cash and bank balance as it is given in the balance sheet. Then our cash flow statement will be correct. So these are the questions I thought to discuss today for your Viva questions. So next I will give one more class for board examination as the revision class of the board examination. Okay students, today's class is coming to end. Have a nice day.